Got quorum? Well, we now have a quorum, and so let's start the October 27th meeting of the Board of Library Trustees. And roll call will show that Sharon Tucker is here, Jim Williams, Marty Seifert, and I'm here. There may be some others coming, but a bit late. I'll entertain a motion that we adopt the agenda as distributed.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by nay. Passes. Unless there is objection, let's group the approval of the minutes. Minutes for regular session, September 22nd, 2022, the executive session of the same day. Minutes of approval of claims of October 7th, 2022, and minutes of the Finance and Personnel Committee meeting of September 21st. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay, and it passes. David, you're up.
Thank you, Ben. I'll make it a quick report today. There's not too much to report on. As far as the reports, they're in your packet. Some of the highlights, there's a couple of lines I pointed out that are getting pressed toward the end of the year here. One is trash disposal, one is program presenters. Not terribly over budget, but a lot of these, as you see down that line of the other ones, it's due to the fact that with 2022, we're back to full operation, and so like the trash disposal, because Rock the Plaza was back in full force with every weekend and all, that went over budget, so we'll have to move some money in from the other lines, and we'll be able to handle that. So that's the only lines to program presenter, same situation, much more robust summer learning program, and we're looking ahead with some of the holiday activities, so those will need a few more funds in them for the end of the year. Main things happening is the one tonight, the budget. This is the meeting where we do the official passage of the budget numbers. I'll be presenting that later in the program, but after we do the passage and signatures, I will then load that to the State Gateway portal on tomorrow, and that will finish it up until we hear from the DLGF, the Department of Local Government Finance, at the end of December. Only other thing is, again, we had the Finance and Personnel Committee. I think everybody was here that's here on Tuesday talking about compensation and benefit, and we will again be bringing those officially for passage in the November meeting. And so other than that, that's about my entire report at this point.
Okay. Any questions? Thank you, David.
Sure.
How about the claims? Anything
Claims?
that is outstanding,
No.
extraordinary?
The largest one today is the Overdrive. This is the non-print material, the subscriptions. That's a $100,000 one, and then we have. This is the time of year we're getting final billings on a lot of our HVAC and capital items. So Train is a $77,000. There's a lot of work we've been doing this year to keep the buildings renovated until we have the facility master plan kick in. So these are all just a lot of the repairs. So,
Have we upgraded the filters?
the filters, which
The
ones?
filters to clarify the air more clearly so that, with COVID and all of that stuff? I know we did it at the Grand Wayne Center.
I would have to look into that, Ben. I know when COVID hit, Jake was on that very quickly and working with Train, who, would have put the filters in that were
Right.
the more robust type, so.
Could you check?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank
Yep.
you. Any questions on the claims? None? Can I have a motion then that we approve the claims as presented?
So moved.
And thank you, Jim. A second. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by nay. They'll be coming around. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Financial
Oh,
report.
you're right, yeah, the financial, the
Move to
acceptance.
pass.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, thanks, Jim. And a second? Any discussion? All in favor, aye. Opposed,
Aye.
nay. Thank you very much. Okay, well, let's move then to the F&P committee report.
Well, as I mentioned, Susan, you can go in. Really, the main thing was the meeting on Tuesday that we discussed the 2023 proposals for compensation and benefit. Lorraine and I and Susan all are working on some of the things that came out of that meeting, and we'll be getting more information to you on some of the questions that happened, and then we'll be bringing it to the November meeting for the actual passage. So, Susan,
Okay.
I don't know if you want to throw anything
Just a
else.
reminder that the November meeting will be earlier due to
Right.
Thanksgiving. It's the third Thursday of the month.
Okay. Well, let's get to the appropriation and tax rate, the approval of the budget with a little drum roll. Here we go.
That's right. Another season is coming past. Yeah, I will bring around for signature, the actual Form 4 is what it's known at the state, and it is the, resolution for appropriation and tax rate. As a reminder, the official budget for the library in 2023 will be $37,023,941, and with a levy.
37 million.
37 million, that's
took a
right.
hell of a
No, I'm using
cut.
all that reserve up, I decided to throw it in there and use it,
you
so,
go,
37,023,941. The levy would be at 28,512,659. Both of those obviously are not incorporating the tax cap, so the internal budget will be approximately 2.5 million lower than that budget, and the levy similarly will be, anticipated to be reduced by that circuit breaker tax credit. So our rate that we're looking at is at 0.1655. That will likely be adjusted downward because once the assessed value is actually certified by the county assessor, we had a very robust increase in value this year, and so that will lower that rate. So, but that will all be determined by that December Department of Local Government Finance report, the wonderful 1782 report. It's all these state forms. It's sad that I know them all.
What do you,
December, it has to be out by December 31st. So I have to have these in within 5 days of passage. I'll actually have them in tomorrow, and then they'll start working on those. They usually are done by county, and so as soon as Allen counties are completed, then they'll send them out. Last year, we had them, I think, the week before Christmas, so we may know.
Great.
okay, the ordinance then, can I have a motion that we approve the ordinance for appropriations and tax rate, the approval of the budget?
So moved.
Now, we have a second.
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 Any further discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. It will be circulated for your signature. Susan, want to talk about holidays and closures?
Yes, you have in your packet a list of proposed holiday closures for 2023. It doesn't deviate much from previous years. It is 10 paid holidays total, a combination of some that are closed paid holidays and some that are open paid holidays, so floating holidays. What it does not include yet is the closure for Staff Training Day 2023. We anticipate that will be in probably August or September like it has been, but we have not landed upon that date yet.
Okay, any questions on our holidays and closures? Let's have a motion then. Anyone like to
So
move?
moved.
Thank you,
Second.
Jim, second. Sharon, any further discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed by nay? Okay. And let's get to the board meeting calendar.
Yes, so by popular demand, we are bringing back some meetings at branches. I know that's very popular. Our branch staff love to see you all and be host. So you'll see that in February, we will be at DuPont. In May, we'll be at Little Turtle. August at Shawnee, and November at New Haven. The others will be right here at Maine. And we do have the capability to take our television show on the road. Thank you, Access Fort Wayne and Events, and we will be able to live stream from all of those locations, just like we do here.
Great.
Question. So in 2024, will you be picking up the Monroeville and the outlying branches?
I hope so. So one of the challenges at Monroeville in particular is the stability of their internet access. And we're not entirely sure if our streaming will be strong enough there.
Okay.
So that's why it didn't make this round.
Good enough, thank you. Woodburn, same?
Correct.
Can I have a motion then to approve the board meeting calendar for next year?
So moved.
Thank you, Jim. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Paul. Any additional discussion? If not, all in favor, please signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by nay. Okay, that too passes. Let's talk about our authorized staffing table adjustment.
Great. I will turn that over to Lorraine.
We have 2 vacancies right now that we are.
Lorraine, could you address it maybe from,
She's got a mic.
She has a mic, but
or
it's just turned
someplace?
on her.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Okay. We have 2 vacancies in which we'd like to request for a change in the title. So the first one you'll see in your packet was our web developer position. We would like the approval to adjust this to a digital communications specialist role. This change in title and role will still carry the responsibility for the public-facing website, but the new position description will more deeply integrate the specialist in broader marketing and communications activities. It'll be the same pay grade, so not a change to our budget, but just a change in title and responsibilities. The second position that you'll see there, the second job description, with the reorganization at Maine, one of our previous department manager positions was going to move under Beth, under Director of Community Partnerships and Programs. That position is vacant now, so we wanted to move to change this manager role to a P2 level, which would be a Program and Partnership Specialist. They'll still provide support and project leadership for system-wide programming with an emphasis on adult programs. So this would be a savings because it'd be going from a manager pay grade down to a P2 specialist position. But we would like to ask to change both of those on the staffing table.
Any discussion on either of the two proposals? All right, then I'll entertain a motion that we approve the authorized staffing table adjustment at, including the job title Program and Partnership Specialist and Digital Communications Specialist.
So moved.
Thank you, Paul.
Second.
Thank you, Jim. Any additional discussion? All in favor, please signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by nay. Okay, that passes, and Susan, you're up.
Thank you. I submitted a written report. I'll go over some highlights. For the first part, Norm, in the corner, your ears are going to be burning because it's about you and your team. Access Fort Wayne won 5 2022 Philo Festival of Media Awards, and they were nominated for 2 Excellence Awards. It's given by the Alliance for Community Media, Central States Region. It included more than 155 entries from this region. And the awards will be presented at their annual conference held right here at the main library and at Sweetwater, November 2nd through 4th. So congratulations to Norm and team.
Well done, well done.
Yes. And in other Access Fort Wayne news, we are partnering with WBOI 89.1 to record the weekly regional music performance show, Meet the Music, right here at the main library in Studio A. The WBOI studio where the show had previously recorded has been out of commission for an extended time, and WBOI approached us to see if we could help the show go on, and we can. So that is happening now on a weekly basis. So again, thank you, Norm and team. It's an excellent partnership. In other award-winning news, Peg Hines, she is our library at home outreach specialist, and she and her Partner John were here last year to talk about their services going out to homes and assisted living facilities. She was recently named the John Phillip Excellence in Outreach Award recipient at the Association of Bookmobile and Outreach Services Conference in Arizona a few weeks ago, and that is a national award. So we congratulate her for that. And then Norm again won the 2023 H. Stanley Liddell Award, which is an award given to individuals who have made a uniquely significant contribution to the arts and culture of Fort Wayne and surrounding communities, which is unarguably, he has done just that. So congratulations to our award winners, Peg and Norm.
Very good.
Yes.
Here, here.
Hear, hear. Yay. We have added, much to the delight of patrons who have emailed me asking for this, 50 circulating hotspots to our collection, bringing our total count to 80. So these are internet hotspots that you can check out for a week, and it's going to significantly bring down the wait time for patrons to get one, particularly in areas like Monroeville and Woodburn, where internet access can be a little spotty. We also
So
launched...
explain how that works.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about those more.
Yeah.
I vaguely recall
Uh-huh.
this, but what are we doing?
So it's a Wi-Fi hotspot, and you check it out for a week, and it's pretty simple like that. So if it doesn't come back, it checks out for people ages 12 and up, so we do have that restriction on it. And in the event that it does become overdue, we do something that we call in the business, we brick it. That means that we work with our service provider, T-Mobile, and we turn it off, so it literally becomes as useless as a brick.
But where is it used? In the facility itself?
Anywhere you want. You check it out like you would a book, a DVD.
So you can check it out like a cell phone.
Absolutely.
And it is already connected to the cell towers, and it creates internet access for the individuals to use in
Okay.
their home.
You said it perfectly, Sharon, yes.
What are they gonna think of next?
I don't know, but I think it's awesome that we have 50-plus of them to provide. That's pretty cool.
Very good.
It's pretty cool.
It's a-
That's great, yeah.
It is a very well-used, well-needed service, and I was receiving several emails from patrons who appreciated the service, but were getting very frustrated because the wait list was so long. So adding 50 more, that really cut that wait list
What does
down.
that give us a total, do you know?
80.
80 of them. I'm sure, because I haven't missed that many board meetings that I can think of. I don't recall having, like, forefront of knowledge of the conversation, but I think it's really neat that you're doing that.
Great.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're excited. And I believe Aj is working on some press regarding it to get the word out, that we have more now.
We wanted to give a minute for some of those people on the hold list to have access, and then we'll be sending it out to the masses.
So do the rural communities have larger access to them, or first access, or it doesn't matter, really?
It's more first come, first serve.
Okay. Okay.
And we've had, knocking furiously on wood, a lot of luck. People are really grateful for the service, and they're coming back on time. So when I say that if they're overdue, we brick them, that hasn't needed to happen very often, thankfully. But the mechanism is there if we need it.
I just looked it up and they're all out.
They are.
They are
That's,
all out.
I know, I really like that. I know that there are a lot of communities, residents, people who don't have access to Wi-Fi services in their homes. So knowing that we can help fill that gap for them, even if but for the 14-day rental period or whatever it may be, that's pretty awesome.
It's huge. And Marty, for our friends watching at home, how did you find it in the catalog?
Oh, I used our app, of course, ACPL. The ACPL app, I just looked up hotspot. and
There you
popped
go.
up.
Marty, you're gonna have to tutor the rest of us.
It's pretty cool.
Well, great. Well, I'm glad you asked that question, Ben. That was a good conversation. A few weeks ago, our Friends and Foundation launched their redesigned website, supportacpl.org. It's really well done with a much better, in my opinion and several others' opinion, donor platform interface. Actually, just earlier today, I received a call from a patron who wanted to make a memorial donation in honor of a loved one who was a huge library user and supporter, and I was able to direct her right to that platform to make a donation to the foundation. It was seamless, so really grateful for that. I had a delightful experience about 2 weeks ago. I attended the ribbon cutting for Library Lofts Apartments. And if you're unfamiliar, that building used to be the New Haven Library back in the day, from 1925 to 2003. And it was converted into 6 luxury apartment units. And we got to tour them, and they are really beautiful. And I was able to talk to the owners and developers, and I was just so touched because they really respected the history and spirit of that building and wanted it to carry on in this next iteration. They named it Library Lofts. They kept the book drop on the exterior of the building. I don't think it's functional, but if you look on the side, it's this brass plate that says book drop with the little flap. And they talked about how their grandmothers went to the library when it was there back in the day, and they also said in their ribbon cutting remarks how grateful they were to our staff, particularly Allison and Elizabeth in our genealogy center, for doing historical research on the building. And it's on Ann Street, New Haven, and if you haven't seen it, I encourage you to go by and check it out. At ribbon cutting, they said 3 of the 6 units were full already, but I would gather that it's probably full now. They're really well done. We are in the midst, or actually wrapping up, our annual fundraising campaign for the United Way and Arts United. And that has always been well received. And we bring United Way and Arts United staff in to speak to our management team meeting, and our staff really rally around supporting those important community organizations. And finally, you see our pumpkin gallery over here. So as a team building activity, we had a system-wide pumpkin decorating contest. So some of our departments in Maine have theirs on display here, and we also have pumpkins around the entire system at the branches and at DeSalle. Unfortunately, our pumpkin from the security department is not here because somehow it exploded. We're not quite sure how. No one was harmed in the explosion of the pumpkin, but they had decorated it like Wilson, the volleyball from Castaway, and then it just somehow disintegrated. But we got a picture of it, so there's that. And if you'd like to see the entire gallery, it's pretty amazing the talent that our staff, and the competition our staff brought to the table. If you go on Facebook, there's a gallery of all the pumpkins, including Wilson before its unfortunate demise. Deflate, yes. Any questions?
I think the only question that I would have is how many candy corns did it take to put around that pumpkin?
That would be 5 bags.
5 bags?
Yes.
Wow.
Did I have that correct? Yes. And that was the creation of our Human Resources Department.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Well, thank you, Susan, for that wide-reaching report. Any items of new business that should come before the body? Let me appoint the nominating committee. It's that time of year, and since the nominating committee consisting of Gloria, Sharon, and Paul did such a great job last time, reappoint them this time if they don't have any objection.
No objections.
And if we could have a report by December, our December meeting.
December, yes, sir.
Is there anyone here from the public that would like to comment? Anybody that's hanging around want to comment?
Then to confirm, that was Sharon, Paul, and Gloria on our nominating committee? Okay.
Right. Okay, well, that concludes our meeting. I'll entertain a motion that we adjourn.
So move. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye. Opposed, nay. Now, we are going into executive session, so board members, please hang around.
Thank you.